When I wanted to move wards and I saw the advert for my current ward, which is the private ward in my hospital, I was like, is working in this world going to be easy? Because even the patients who were receiving free NHS care, they showed me shaky. Then a private ward where the patients are actually paying for the services they could have gotten free of charge. Like, how are they going to be like? Aren't they going to be more arrogant, more demanding, more intimidating? I had a lot of things running through my head, but I desperately needed to leave my previous ward. So I was like, what's the worst that could happen? What can come? So I applied. And how did it go? Stay with me. Hey lovelies, welcome again to my channel. My name is Shari. You are welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the benefits I've gotten from being a staff nurse on the private ward in my hospital. Honestly, at the beginning I was nervous. I don't know. So when you are working on a different ward, which is like NHS regular work, and then you are being sent to, or you are moving to a private ward, it's kind of weird. You're going to be like, how is it like working there? So some of the things that they do specially that they don't do on a regular ward, the things that were running through my head, decided to apply. So during the interview, I remember when they asked me if I had any question, I asked them, are there any special skills or any special things they do that are not done on the regular ward? Yeah, so I've been working on my current ward for about a year now. Oh, a year has gone by already. I didn't even realize. I was just calculating. Oh wow. I'm going to be telling you some of the benefits or some of the things I've been exposed to ever since I started working on the private units. So first of all, there is great patient to nurse ratio. You are not normally assigned to 10 patients, 14 patients, like how it's done on certain wards in the hospital. Like, the ratio is great. You are able to assess the patients comprehensively and then identify his or her problems and then escalate appropriately, because you have more time to spend with your patient, to listen to them. You are not just going there to dump the medication in front of them and then sign it off and go away, because you have other patients who need your attention. Like, you get to spend time with the patient, not just with their physical needs, which is the medication, the personal care, and all the other nursing bits, but you are there for them emotionally, psychologically, and all that. Like, you include every part of the patient as a person. This helps the patient to recover quickly, because my ward is a surgical unit, and when patients come there post-operatively, they are fit to get out of bed, mobilize, and get things moving. You are there to do all the assessments, get your patients moving, check their surgical sites, like make sure the person is not bleeding. Like, you have time to make all those assessments. Just imagine working on a unit where you have about 10-14 patients, and this bell is ringing, that bell is ringing, this patient is calling for a cup of tea, the other patient is calling for a bedpan. When would you even get time to go and mobilize a patient who would use 10 minutes to get from one point to the other? Because we have a confused patient at the other side who is trying to climb out of bed, and you have a false risk patient who is also trying to get up when he's not supposed to. This is a very good one for nurses. And that brings me to my second point. Burnout is minimal. Yeah, there are certain days where there is a lot going on. A lot of patients coming in pre-op, some are coming back post-op. As they are admitting, they have to be discharging. And our unit, because it's not much of a big unit, we don't have a discharge coordinator, ward clerk, and all those other people that are usually on the main ward. So you as a nurse, you are discharging, you are booking transport, you are picking calls, transport to pick up a patient, and all those other extra curriculum activities. You end up doing all those things. So aside the inpatients, we've got clinics that run, and patients come in to see their consultants for assessments and consultation, and then go back home that same day. So you, the nurse on the ward, would have to go and take their blood, you take ECG and OBS and all that, in addition to the patients you are already working on. And sometimes it's a lot, because we are just two nurses that work at a time. So sometimes you are really exhausted. Like, I'm not lying, it's not rosy all the time. It's not. There were certain days I couldn't take my second break because there was a lot to do and time was running. But aside that, it's not like every single day you close from work, it's like you have returned from a war zone. So burnout is minimal. You can take extra shifts if you want. On my previous work, I couldn't scarcely do I take extra shifts because when I come back from work one day, I have to use 2 days to recover. Which time will I use to take extra shifts? So like it was crazy. And another good thing I like about my world is every day I see something new to read about. Because it's a surgical private ward, we are not limited to a specific specialty. You know, certain wards are just vascular, others are just orthopedic, others are urology. We are a mixture of all specialties. So on a ward you can have like orthopedic patients, vascular patients, gynae patients, upper GI, colorectal, everything. So you are exposed to other specialties, you are exposed to other conditions, you have different patients who needs different care. It puts me on the edge to read all the time. So you get exposed to so many things every day. So this is like my number one favorite thing about my work. And that brings me to my fourth point. So we accept patients from ITU and HDU, that's like high dependency units, and then intensive care. They sometimes comes to us as step down. So you know, these patients are very complex and they need like critical examination and attention and monitoring because they were very poorly. So you get to meet these patients as well, and it keeps you on the tool because anything can happen at any time. And to my last point, you don't need to make a lot of adjustments because you haven't got a confused patient who is trying to run away and go home, or you haven't got an aggressive patient who is biting you and throwing things. I've I'm talking about my own experience. This was what I was going through in my previous work. Patients who have scorned and you have to call the police, and if you are writing your notes, even when you are writing your notes, you have to use one eye writing your notes and the other eye watching that patient who is supposed to stay in bed but trying to climb out. Hey, we have suffered. It's not part of my work anymore, in as much as I do extra shifts on other wards where I get to meet those people. It's not like an everyday thing where I have to be chasing my patients on a corridor, calling our managers to bring security and police to go and look for a patient and everything. So I think like it's a very good one up, and the good thing is we work as a team, get things done at the end of the day. Yeah, so this is to say that if you're working in an environment which you think is toxic, you need to move, put your fears aside. What's the worst that could happen? You learn on the job anyway. So if it's a new specialty and you want to go for it, go for it. If you don't know anything, the only thing you have to do is to ask. So make your assessments and move. If you go there and it's not at the same and it's worse, you just move again. That's the good thing about being in the UK. You are not restricted to working on the units where you don't want to work. Plus, you meet the requirements of whatever ward that is advertising for nurses. You can just go there. Let me know in the comment section if you want to know the challenges I'm facing on my ward. In as much as there are nice benefits, there are also challenges. There are challenges, oh, you don't know, because working with private patients, yeah, you don't want to know. But if you want to know, leave it in the comment section and then I'll make a video about that. So you can check out my other video. I've got a playlist, check them out, and please subscribe to my channel to join this awesome family. I hope you enjoyed my video, and so my next video, stay awesome as always. Bye.